Yes, perfect. So, go ahead.
I'm Paul Wormeli, the Executive Director Emeritus of the IGES Institute. We're a nonprofit located in Virginia in the United States to help the various agencies of government at the federal, state, and local level work with the law enforcement, justice, and homeland security agencies to improve information sharing across the boundaries of all those different jurisdictions. And our mission is to engage industry in helping governments do a better job of sharing information. And I'm here at the Global Forum to talk about the issues of privacy and security, or as we like to say in the U.S., information safeguarding, as a way of improving that ability to share, but also protecting the privacy and civil rights of those people who are a subject of the criminal justice system in the U.S.
Perfect. So, what do you think of a good measure to safeguard the information that is currently being produced? That, like, some countries produce the data, but other countries quite basically store that country's data.
Well, the big problem that we face in doing information sharing on a global level is the lack of standards. We need standards about policies such as privacy, which really don't exist yet. The agreements that have been negotiated between countries predated the existence of a lot of the technology that allows that very information sharing to happen. So the laws and treaties that have been negotiated over the years just pay no attention to all the modern technologies. They need to be redeveloped, but we also need data standards and transmission standards. In the U.S., we've created a model called the National Information Exchange Model, which is simply a dictionary of terms so that all the participants are speaking the same language. It's like having an ability to talk French and Russian at the same time, but have an intermediary language that everybody understands.
So you believe that regulating is not the way, but quite basically making the the communication between the countries work instead?
I think that's the answer, to have some stakeholder agreement on what the data means and how its use will be controlled or limited so that data is not used for other than the purposes for which it was originally collected, which is really the fundamental basis of all the privacy agreements and standards that have been developed. If you don't need it for a particular purpose, a legitimate purpose, then don't collect it. If you do, then handle it with safety and security sufficient to ensure that it's not used or abused for some other purpose.
Do you have any questions? Do you believe a regulation, like the regulations that the European Union is creating, are something to be afraid of or something to strive for?
No, I don't think that the answer is either one. It's not necessarily that they should, it's not that they should be feared. It's not necessary that they be adopted internationally either. Countries need to involve all the stakeholders who are the subjects of the data, the citizenry, and the government agencies. Government agencies, particularly in law enforcement and counterterrorism, have needs for exchanging information about the private lives of the criminals and terrorists that they have to pay attention to, but they have no right to collect data in fishing expeditions on the general public, and they recognize that. So controls have to be in place for the use of data by government, but those agencies that we as citizens want to protect us have a mission to do so, and they have to get data and use it, but it should only be used for the purposes for which they need to collect it.
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you very much for your time.